All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Oh! This is the podcast!
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a podcast?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and
podcast.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey everyone, welcome to Get to the Movies. That's Get to the Movies with the number 2. My name is Tiago D'Souza.
Holy shit. Nick Gambino?
And I'm Neil Carson.
And this motherfucker Eddie Murphy. I'm here with the Ghostbusters.
Is he gonna do it again?
I'm gonna do this because I...
Oh, you know what?
Got it.
You know what? Eddie Murphy was supposed to be in the original Ghostbusters. That's funny because we're doing an episode now.
That's why I'm motherfucking here.
Yeah,
that is
That's
funny,
what I'm
actually.
doing.
Ghostbusters 2020.
Damn ghost. I don't believe in no goddamn ghost. What's wrong with you?
That would have been so weird if Eddie
I
Murphy
ain't
was
afraid
in
of no
it.
ghosts.
I don't know
Motherfucking
why.
Ghost?
Because he was just too big. And, like, to be in it with, like...
It was before Beverly Hills Cop. It was same year. So he was being cast in it when he'd only had Trading Places, and he was in with Dan Aykroyd, and he'd had 48 Hours. He hadn't really... And yeah, I mean, he was getting big, but Beverly Hills Cop is what, like, cemented him as a huge star.
Yeah.
And Ghostbusters and Beverly Hills Cop came out in the same year. Wow. So technically he was being cast. So they wanted all these SNL guys, too. Anyways, what we're talking about today is Ghostbusters. We've heard the new Ghostbusters film, Ghostbusters 2020, is having the original cast come back. Sigourney Weaver, Annie Potts, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray even.
he was just in a movie. He was in The Dead Don't Die or something.
But he doesn't. Didn't want to be in any Ghostbusters movie sequel originally. For years and years, he just didn't want to do it. He showed up. He had a cameo. No, Dan Aykroyd. They had a whole thing about it. Like, apparently, I mean, Dan Aykroyd said this never fucking happened, but Bill Murray, like, sent him back the script that he sent him, like, in shreds. Like, he shredded it and sent it back to him. Dan Aykroyd said that never happened. That was a rumor. But he was like, he refused. He's like, nobody wants to see a bunch of old dudes running around with fucking proton packs on their back. So he never wanted to do a sequel. And then they came out with the reboot, which had nothing to do with the original one. And Bill Murray and everybody had a cameo in that. But this one is actually a sequel to the original. So he's going to play Pete Venkman.
Yeah.
He's going to play, and he's coming back. That's confirmed now.
I mean, I'm sure that they're going to have a very small roles or whatever, like
yeah,
almost
it's gonna be like
cameo or
it's going to be a passing the torch thing.
Yeah.
They might be like old and be like, we can't do this anymore. We're not afraid of no ghosts, but we're too tired to fight.
They're going to
the
turn it
ghosts.
over to
But
the
I can't fucking swing
Stranger
anymore.
Thing kids. The Stranger Thing kids are in
Yeah,
it.
well, no, only Finn Wolfhard.
Okay.
I'm really fucking excited.
He's
for
the
this
main
'cause
one.
I know.
He's
but
the main Stranger Thing.
Yeah.
I told you when they did that little teaser trailer where it shows the camera going into that shed on a farm and it shows the ghost mobile, Ecto One. I was that one little clip that had no people in it made me more excited for Ghostbusters than anything since Ghostbusters 2. Really, like I was so excited for it. I was like, I am down. And Jason Reitman has never made a movie I didn't enjoy. I love his movies. Like I think he's great.
The thing I think I'm is the CG. Like, how are they going to handle this? If they did this special effects where they built practical ghosts and then did like kind of like a CG halo over something that was real, like they did in the originals, like I would fucking love that shit.
So he's
but
not
if they
doing
do
a big
like
CG
full-blown
fest.
CG.
He's not doing a big CG fest. He said he went going back. Even the typography they're using for like the words and the thing, they're going back and finding the original stencils to create the fucking shit on screen. Like he's trying to go back to.
I'd be into that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised nobody has actually done that. Like nobody has tried to make a sequel to a film and then mimic like the special effects or the technology of that age,
and then update it enough
days.
that
Well, not even necessarily update it, like do it as like an homage. Like this is a sequel, like a Grindhouse type movie, but like like they went out of their way to make that movie feel like a 70s Grindhouse film.
Right, but do it with a special effects.
But do it in if they did like the sequel to Terminator where everything was done practically. You know,
right,
and,
they should have. No, but I think this new Ghostbusters, I don't think it needs to keep the same special effects as back then for the ghosts, like as much. I think they should update it slightly. It doesn't have to be crazy.
I mean, I think the special effects were great back then. If you watch like Ghostbusters 2, like I think there's some stuff.
There's some stuff.
There's
is
a
what
handful
I'm
of
saying.
stuff where you're
some stuff where it looks painted on almost. Like that was the era. Like
they had that lady in the suit who is like the best Ghostbusters movie. You know
Which one?
Statue of Liberty.
Oh, yeah,
there was a person
the
in the
best.
costume, but
All
it
right.
was kind of like
Yeah.
It's the best one.
But
But
Stay
and
Puft
that-
Marshmallow.
Better
but
than
if you
Ghostbusters
Compare
1.
that now, it's just not
Just so
up to
people
par.
know.
But if you watched it back then, that was like amazing.
It was
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
You
Yeah,
know.
like
But I'm excited. I mean, they went and found the original stem. I was gonna say stem cells. The original stems.
cool.
The original stems for the audio for the scores and the music and everything like that. And
Yeah.
they used that to even create that teaser trailer. Like he has an idea for this film. Apparently, he made a script that everybody was really excited about, and everybody's like, "It's a great fucking script," and it really pays homage to the original one. But it's a great script, and it's grounded. Like it just sounds awesome. And this is a guy that did Up in the Air.
Mm-hmm.
He did Juno. He did Thank You for Smoking. What's the other one he did that I really love? I mean, he did Front Runner. He did Young Adult. God, he did one other movie that I love. I can't fucking remember what it is right now. But
Oh, it'll come to you.
but he's great, and he writes and directs all his movies. I mean, he writes some of them,
Yeah.
So he's a good writer. He's a great director,
And
and
he's
he's the
also the
son
son.
of the original
Yeah.
director, like
Yeah.
Ivan Reitman's son. Ivan Reitman always wanted him to do another Ghostbusters movie, but never wanted to push it on him, and he always said he wasn't gonna do one because
Yeah.
he wanted to be his own person and
did he
create his
grow
own
up
film.
like on those sets or something?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
considers himself the original Ghostbusters fan because he was on set. There's pictures of him on set with the Ghostbusters on the first movie on that scene outside the hotel where all the grounds cracked up where they fell through.
Yeah.
Right before they went upstairs.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's sitting there with all the Ghostbusters as a 9-year-old kid or whatever,
That is
like
kinda
geeking
cool.
out. Like that's the ultimate Ghostbusters fan, the original, guy who's
So
on
funny
the set.
because for you, like Ghostbusters 1 is your jam, and
Oh,
for
it's
me,
my
it's like
jam.
Ghostbusters 2. I don't know why. I think
I don't
I
know
grew
why
up
either.
on.
I think you just had that one and didn't have the first one.
We had the first one. I just remember watching it, and it didn't. I didn't understand. I didn't know what the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is. Didn't know what the fuck that it was.
Yeah.
Didn't understand the reference. Didn't get it. Didn't And then I don't know, like the chick that shows up, and at the end, like now I could appreciate it more as an adult. Yeah, like
No?
all of that I could appreciate more as an adult, but. And then like the creatures that were like running the little demon dog things, whatever.
Yeah.
Like possessing. What's his name?
The gatekeeper and keymaster. Yeah.
Yeah. All of that stuff, like it just didn't connect. But then for some reason, the ooze or whatever, and like maybe I don't know why, as a kid, like as a young
slime.
adult
But
or whatever,
see,
that
I like
connected more
Ghostbusters
to
too.
yeah, the positive ooze and then
Yeah.
the music and
But if you watch them back
and
to back,
Vigo,
Vigo.
Yeah, Vigo,
it's
yes.
like
and
Vigo
then
the Carpathian.
and then
Vigo.
and
Yeah.
Jonas.
painting.
Yeah, what is it?
Jonas.
Jonas.
Yeah, whatever character. His like we.
Yes,
my family would
master.
watch that all the time,
Yeah,
and we
I love
loved his like
Vibe.
ridiculous, reactions to everything. Even if
Yeah.
it's a dark fucking movie, like
It is.
kidnapping
The
that
baby.
baby, trying to like possess the baby with this fucking old ass demon
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
Yeah,
I love Ghostbusters too. I've always loved it. It didn't fare as well. Like people didn't love it as much, but I do love Ghostbusters 2. But Ghostbusters 1 definitely edges out Ghostbusters 2. And I think if you watch them back to back, you'll see that.
I don't know.
I don't know. Definitely, that's a
No,
stretch.
okay,
I
then
don't
we gotta watch them back to back then because I
We
think
have-
you'll see
I've
that.
watched them back to back.
Okay,
Because I
you're a liar.
love the social experience that you get at the end of the film and the statue, and then just everybody.
Where they get
in
the
New
Statue of
York.
Liberty back and they're getting the key to
Yeah,
the city.
everybody
Yeah.
in New York.
Oh,
is
and Bobby
just
Brown.
singing.
That's
No,
it.
they do
Bobby,
that-
Brown.
Bobby
Bobby
Brown did
Brown.
all that fucking music. That was the other
Yes.
thing that was like a standout thing.
I was gonna say it's the second one was it was a jam fest. There's
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
music was really.
but at the end of the first one, they have a whole New York where they come down and everybody's cheering them on,
That
the
is true.
rabbis
That
and everything
is
like that, and they're
true.
covered in marshmallow. And Louis Tully's like, oh, I want to go with them. But he's got the blanket on. They're putting him in the ambulance, and then that song kicks in.
yeah.
God, what's the song at the end? Shit. Oh,
What's the song at the end of number 2?
It's is that a Dougie Fresh song or a Bobby Brown song?
Lifted me
It's all
high.
Bobby
It
Brown.
doesn't-
Bobby.
it doesn't
No,
end
that
on
wasn't
that.
at the
Doesn't-
end.
that's during the
that was
Statue
when
of
That's during
they-
the
scene.
statue. Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
earlier when
that's
they're doing the
And then he
toaster.
has the SNES or NES like a controller
NES,
thing.
yeah.
Yes.
The NES thing, the like arcade stick
Yeah.
or whatever.
It
I was
was-
like, this is amazing. This is
It was
fucking amazing.
great.
But
And
the-
as a kid, I was like, I just need to find positive slime, blast it on some mechanical thing, and then hook a control. Like in my mind was like going crazy with like I could do this in real life somehow if I got this.
Yeah, I
magic
kind of connected
slime.
to Ghostbuster too. I'm just flashing back on everything on there.
Yeah. Yeah,
It-
Ghostbusters 2 had just
But
just
this is
it was,
not
I think
like,
maybe it appealed more towards kids, which is
It
what we
did.
established
It did.
last time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Ghostbusters 1 definitely has a lot more adult jokes in it. Like there's a lot more seemingly adult content that as a kid you would just miss, and
Yeah.
as an adult you're like, oh, I see,
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. The first one I loved. Like, I literally just can quote the shit out of that first movie a lot more than I liked to the second one. Like, the first one's one I like going to, like, the Upper West Side. Like, I like that from the second one. But the first one just got so much I like doing. Like, you know, she's not my girlfriend. I like her because she sleeps above the covers, 4 feet above the covers. Like that one. Or the cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. There's just so much in that first one. He goes, what are you supposed to be, some kind of cosmonaut? No, exterminator. Somebody saw a cockroach on the 12th floor. Must be some cockroach. Bite your head off, man. Going up. I'll wait for the next one. Like, there's so many that I'll just. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
I don't know, man. Like,
he goes, just stop staring at me with those bug eyes. Do some work. Hey, Janine, sorry about the bug eyes thing. I'll be in the back. There's a call. He like immediately apologizes. Like half a second after calling her bug eyes, he goes, Janine, sorry about the bug eyes thing. I'll be in the back if you need me.
I don't know. It's you know what it is. I think.
What a crime.
I think because you watched like a lot of SNL. That you were able to like connect that humor, that like Bill Murray humor, to like the character in the first film, and I missed like all that Bill Murray SNL like early on. So I didn't have any, like, I was going in with like nothing, like no Bill Murray anything in my mind, and it was like, so it just didn't. I don't know, it didn't connect as much. That humor didn't connect, but it was funny because in the second movie, like I was like like Dan Aykroyd was like the funny one to me,
and he is Ray Stantz. They all are, because I also
they're all funny.
Harold Ramis as Egon Spengler is funny. He's like, print is dead. Another line from the first one, she goes, I like to read myself. Do you like to read? Print is dead. Yeah, that's very interesting. Ghostbusters, what do you want? It's infinitely quotable. Like I've just said like 10, like that just come to mind immediately. That's what the first one.
Well, maybe this movie will outdo both of them.
That would be
the new one
nuts.
would outdo 1 and 2. That'd be crazy.
Okay, motherfuckers, let's talk about me. Okay, I'm coming back with Beverly Hills 4. I got Beverly Hills. It's going to be guns. I'm going to be shooting people. I'm going to be shooting white people. I'm going to be shooting...
Wow. We don't know.
I'm going to be shooting Asian people. I'm going to be shooting Spanish people. I'm going to be shooting all these motherfuckers. Because, what the fuck?
Ghostbusters is back, baby!
What the...
It ends on
Turn
this
that
song.
shit off.
Oh, that's how it ends?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that song in itself is like iconic.
Yeah.
Like the Ray Parker.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
and the
he did a
music
great
video
job.
even had all the Ghostbusters in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dancing through Times Square and everything in 1984. But yeah, so let's connect it up. Eddie Murphy was actually supposed to be a cast in the original Ghostbusters. Oh, shit. We should probably talk about the new one a little bit more, right? But he was supposed to be in the original Ghostbusters.
Well, we don't know much about it.
We don't know other than cast come back, but they are filming it. They've already
that everybody's back.
Yeah, they've already filmed Sigourney Weaver and Annie Potts' scenes, so that's good. So we know those ones are definitely in the movie. The rest of them have all said they're coming back. I'm sure they'll do some homage to Harold Ramis, who passed away several years ago. It's supposed to come out next year, so we're getting close. This movie is not too far off. I'm excited. The original movie was supposed to have Eddie Murphy in Ernie Hudson's role, and when he was cast, it was going to be a bigger role. And once he didn't end up being in the movie, they ended up dialing it down, and Ernie Hudson comes in like halfway through the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just had like, which is so funny to me because like he's one of like the characters I think of when I think of Ghostbusters.
Because you think
like I think of him.
So do I. Everybody actually does, because he does play a big part in the movie, and
he's also like the everyman. Like he doesn't know what's going on.
I gotta
so
get
he's
my own lawyer.
Yeah, he's like, I came into this thing like they just were looking for another helper or whatever, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like the audience I think can relate more to him than the other three who kind of understand.
They're
more
all
about
scientists,
the ectoplasm and all that bullshit.
They're scientists. He's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you immediately as an audience member connect more with him and his confusion as to what the fuck they're talking about and what's going on.
Yeah.
So I like that. I think that
I agree. I like him. And like I said, the biggest tragedy of Ghostbusters 2 is that they shaved his fucking mustache. I think he looks better with a mustache. I love it.
I think maybe that's what it is. The first one, I'm like, it's just so fucking weird. He's got a mustache. I'm not into it. This one
The mustache through you.
Anyway, so the
it's
other
like the opposite.
Yeah, that's right. The other big news is that Beverly Hills Cop 4 is coming to Netflix. Surprisingly, Eddie Murphy's got this whole deal with Netflix now. He's doing comedy specials. He did Dolomite Is My Name.
That means Netflix is going to give him like $200 million to make this movie.
I'm good with it.
$100 million for his stand-ups.
It's
like
70 million or something like that. Yeah.
Is Michael Bay releasing a Netflix movie?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he is with what's coming out.
Ryan Reynolds or something?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and a
it
bunch
looks
of other people.
fucking good.
If Michael Bay's directing a film, like this movie's going to have Michael Bay budget. You know,
this is the whole thing.
And
It's like
action
streaming's
movie.
becoming like a standard quality.
Well,
thing.
Netflix.
No,
Netflix is pulling in
no.
like-
So everybody's pulling the big dogs. I mean, you have big dogs coming to Disney. Of course,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have big
Pulling in all
dogs
the
coming
talent,
to
yeah.
like
Spielberg
HBO Max
and
when
J.J.
they come
Abrams
out.
are doing.
Yeah.
They signed on
But
J.J. Abrams. They
I'm talking
signed
about like
on,
money they're spending. Like they just spent $200 million.
They're doing about
on
$6 to $8 billion
Irishman.
a year on originals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That's
spending a lot of
crazy.
money. They're making a lot of money, but they're not making.
I
a
just
profit.
honestly, I never thought that a streaming service would have that kind of revenue where they could spend hundreds of millions of dollars, or at least several $100 million on one movie with
crazy.
one, AAA director and cast like
Yep.
that. It just seemed like an impossible dream. I was like,
I know.
because it's like Netflix is like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like we don't,
Yeah.
we're not a fucking
let them
studio
do
that's
it.
been around for 150 years, like
Yeah.
basically trying to dictate what's allowed to be done and not done. and
Yeah,
all
they
that
have
Which
they
is great. I hope
have
they don't go
very
that
small.
route.
They have requirements of how to film certain things.
Yeah.
What you could use but it's just because it's part of their branding.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they let people like do their
And that
thing.
is one thing I really love about them. Yeah, they're letting creatives be creatives, and I think that's fantastic. And that's what you want from.
Well, they haven't reached the point where
And hopefully
they
won't.
wanna control. Like the studios basically are like they reach a point where they're like, it's an investment. You have all these, they invest money in this project and they hope to get a certain return,
Yeah.
right? So if you go and film this whole thing and then show it to an audience, and the audience is like, that sucked, but the director's like, well, that's what I want. That's my vision. The studio's like, change it, cut an hour out of that fucking
well,
shit
that's why
movie
Netflix
and
doesn't-
reshoot these
Netflix
scenes.
doesn't have where you see how many people have watched it. They don't have any.
They don't
of that.
release it
you
to
don't
the
know
So
creators.
you
stats
don't
are,
know
yeah.
if a movie did well or did not.
And
They
the
just
creators
leave
love it
open.
because it takes
Yeah.
the pressure off them. They don't have to do
it's awesome.
opening weekend numbers. But also the studios, I think, are just stuck in a thing that they can't get out of because it's how they've always been. Going
Yeah.
back to when they owned directors, they owned actors, they had in-house writers. Like they used to just always control everything, and it's just hard to break that cycle where they were built on that model, really, of just controlling the creation as a business, as a product. Whereas Netflix is just sort of like, we need content. So whatever that's going to be, make this for us and we'll put it on. We're not trying to just say it's got to be this, got to be that. And Netflix doesn't even have a brand as related to content, whereas Disney Plus is going to be a little more brand-ish. They're not going to just be able to do anything, whereas Netflix could do anything. Amazon Prime could do anything because they're not married to one type of content. They can have comedies, they can have rom-coms, they can have political, they can have action, they can have drama, they could do black and white, they could do color. Like
a lot of really good documentaries too.
yeah,
on
great
Netflix and stuff,
documentaries,
yeah.
and so they could Netflix could do all that. That's why they could do a Beverly Hills Cop 4 and be like, yeah, that's part of our brand because our brand is content that you love.
So where are we at here? Because I think I've only seen Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, maybe. Definitely
Maybe.
2, maybe. Definitely 2.
You're talking
One,
about two movies that are like
maybe.
two of my favorite movies. Of
I
all
know,
time.
but so like how garbage was 3?
It
so
wasn't
like
garbage, actually.
Okay, I saw 3 in
I haven't
theaters.
seen it at all. So.
Let me explain.
But you're a huge fan.
I
You're
saw
a
it.
huge fan.
I loved them.
let me break it down for
I
the layman.
I was never a Beverly Hills Cop
for the layman.
person.
I'll break it down for the layman.
But
For-
I'm
for the-
excited that this is happening.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're excited.
So he's gonna break it down for
So
the layman.
I love the original film. I love the second film. I like the third film. The third film does not feel right as part of the first two. There's something off about it. It goes in a different direction, different formula. It gets rid of some of the characters that you love from the first two. It
Did
does,
the studio
does one of them
like?
dirt.
Was there a reason?
No, it's just kind of how they went with it. They got John Landis to direct it, who did Coming to America, Trading Places, Blues Brothers, and all that. And
Wait, didn't he do the Twilight Zone movie?
Yes,
that got
he
that
did.
dude killed.
Yeah.
Those kids killed.
yeah,
and he
two
like
kids. And,
I just
and-
read
and
up
the
about
guy-
that
and
recently
Jennifer
because it was
Jason
on
Leigh's dad.
TV.
That was Jennifer Jason Leigh's dad.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like,
got the helicopter, chopped his head off.
but
Yeah.
it was the two kids that were like illegally working
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
studio.
The
Like, and
Vietnamese
he basically
kid.
pressured the parents to be like, everything's safe, nothing bad's gonna happen. And then he put him like in front of a helicopter that was like falling. The blade was coming
Yeah.
out on their, and I was like, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
and the safety guy had gone home or whatever. It was a whole huge
Holy
lawsuit.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Wow.
And that was John Landis.
Yep.
He was the guy who was like pushing
Yeah,
all this stuff.
That was all prior to Coming to America and prior to Beverly Hills Cop 3. So not technically related, but yes, that is that
Wow.
guy. He did Animal House. He did a Thriller video for Michael Jackson. I mean, he's done some of my favorite shit. I love like a lot of his Kentucky Fried Movie he did. Anyways, but so he came on for Beverly Hills Cop 3, and Beverly Hills Cop 3, even Eddie Murphy's playing Axel Foley in a way that feels different than the character from the first two. Sort of like how Tom Cruise played Ethan Hunt different in the second movie than he did the first one, if you remember that.
I hated that. Yeah, the second one was like
even his character didn't feel like the same guy.
Like a fucking weird James Bond thing.
It's a John Woo-ish thing.
Well, the John Woo thing I understood, but he was almost playing himself like I'm this
Different.
James. It was like all of a sudden the movie became sexy.
He was slick. Like, he was slicker.
Yeah, I got to be a slick, sexy spy guy. And I'm like, dude, nothing about that is in the first film. So I don't know where this shit's coming from.
And then the third one, they brought it back.
the long hair and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, guy.
And the third one, they brought it back to the first one, which I like. But so. Not that it's that obvious in Beverly Hills Cop 3, but if you
Eddie Murphy has long flowing hair.
Yes, he does.
Sexy
Yeah.
guy, sexy cop.
That's right. So Beverly Hills Cop 3 just feels, and it's all done in an amusement park.
Glow.
So the third one is all in an amusement park, and that alone almost like lends itself to more hokey-ish stuff. To put it in an amusement park for almost the entire movie.
Wally World.
The entire
Wally World.
movie.
It's not Wally World. That's Vacation. It's Dave's World. It's what's it called?
Dave was the guy.
Dave was the guy, Uncle Dave. He's almost like a Walt Disney kind of character in the movie.
It's a Hollywood related.
Yes, they played. I think they filmed some of it at Disneyland. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, they did.
Oh wow,
yeah.
They talked about it.
Yeah, and like I said, there's.
I might watch it now.
Yeah, no, you should watch it. I like the movie. I'll be honest. I like the movie a lot, but I love the first two movies. Like I really love that first movie, and I really love that second film.
Yeah,
I love the way they look. I love the way he plays those characters. I love his improvisation throughout the movie. And the third one, it's a little hokier. That's the best. If you watch them back to back, you'll see it immediately. Like it's hard not to see it.
Well, where can they go with this fourth one? I
so
mean,
the
they
fourth
just announced it.
So the fourth one's been in gestation forever. They were planning on doing it in the 90s. They were going to send him to Russia. Then in the 2000s, they were going to do it again. In 2011, they were supposed to do it with Brett Ratner. And then that fell through because Brett Ratner got all messed up or whatever, or something happened. Anyways, then
all messed up.
He got Me Too'd later on.
That's not a verb.
Anyway, so then it was gonna be a show. They shot a pilot for it just a few years ago with Brandon T. Jackson, Al Pacino. Al Pacino from Tropic Thunder was supposed to play his son. And
Al Pacino?
Alpha Chino.
Is it Al Pacino?
Alpha. I'm pretty sure it's Alpha Chino.
I thought it was Al Pacino.
Pretty sure it's Alpha. I could be wrong. Maybe it's Al Pacino.
Shut up. But yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. So he was supposed to.
He loves the.
Yeah.
He has busting up bars and he's popping ass open.
Yeah, popping ass.
Popping ass open.
That's right. So I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be. They filmed the pilot, and he was Axel Foley's son, and Axel Foley is now the chief of police in Detroit.
Yeah.
So with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy, and he was executive producing it, and he was going to show. He was in the pilot, and he was going to show up every once in a while throughout the show, but not be in every episode.
Yeah.
And they didn't pick it up for the series. It was going to be like a CBS show or whatever. I'm glad they didn't do it. Honestly, it was going to be a network show.
What was that other show that they did recently that was like kind of it was like a buddy cop thing?
Oh, Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Yeah. And then some drama with that.
Yeah, the main guy was a total
dick.
Yeah, basically.
The guy who played Mel Gibson or something?
Yeah. Played that role of Riggs.
Riggs, yeah.
Yeah. And Damon Wayans played Murtaugh.
So Beverly Hills Cop.
So Beverly Hills Cop
is going to be the
watch that.
first one in Detroit. I'm just kidding.
No, we don't know. Yeah. So
Beverly
It would be cool.
It'd be cool.
I wish they would do it somewhere like just completely new. Like acknowledge where it's from, and even though it's called Beverly Hills Cop, like we don't have to go back to Hollywood.
All
again,
the people from so the original cast were only in the first two. They got Taggart wasn't in the third one. Ronnie Cox from Total Recall, he wasn't in the third one. Lieutenant Bogomil.
What did
You know Ronnie Cox, the main bad guy from Total Recall.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He played the chief, the lieutenant, and became the chief of police at the end of 2, and then he's not acknowledged much at all in the third film. And Taggart, which is the bald guy with the mustache in the first 2 films, is not in the third film. And
Maybe
he retired.
Trying to like reboot.
No, they weren't trying to
new characters.
That's not really what they were trying to do. They just were unavailable for that third film. So it's like they're missing from that dynamic, and they're a big part of those first 2 films. So that dynamic is gone.
Yeah.
But Judge Reinhold does come back for the third one. Anyway, so the fourth one, I want them all to come back. I want there to be some sort of like homage to the original ones, but just have a great story where Eddie Murphy can improvise and be funny. I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea. I do have a feeling they're going to get Craig Brewer to direct it because Eddie Murphy likes linking up with certain people. That's the guy who did Dolomite Is My Name and is doing Coming to America too. I feel like he's going to tap him to do Beverly Hills Cop 4.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, he likes to, like, when he finds somebody he likes creatively, he tends to stick with them.
Well, they have a writer listed on IMDb, but I don't know if it means anything. But it says he was a writer. He wrote Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, that was connected earlier.
Josh Applebaum.
Yeah.
Applebaum?
Yeah. Applebaum.
Yeah, he worked on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reboot films, the CG ones.
Which they're rebooting again, I think.
What?
Yes.
They're going to reboot again?
I think they're going to reboot him again and try to bring it back to the ground.
How many reboots can you do?
Enough to like where it can go back and feel like the 1991. I'm good with that. Go back to the suits. Get away with the CG. Like,
Are they going to go back to the suits?
I fucking hope so because it still looks great. Watch that 1990 Ninja Turtles movie.
Really good,
it looks
but it was probably a lot of work, and these guys don't want to work.
I know. Apparently, they just want
to
people
make the CG artists work their asses off.
That's what they want to do. Because they got a team of 300 people that just sit there and just can draw it all, and they could change and manipulate anything. Whereas you shoot that other stuff, you can't then reshoot it very easily.
Yeah.
I get it.
But now I feel like technology's gotten so much better. Like you could build a suit with an animatronic, mouth that moved and all that shit.
Yeah,
and,
no, 100%. I mean,
have it be lightweight. Like before, they had to wear like heavy battery packs and they had these tiny little
love to watch,
dudes inside and stuff.
Have you ever saw the behind the scene with Cumberbatch doing the dragon for Hobbit?
Yeah, we got the motion capture.
Oh fuck! That's just
and he was
amazing.
getting down on his motion capture, just like Andy Serkis does.
He was just trying to one up Andy Serkis. He was like,
Andy Serkis
"You can act
directing
crazy. I can act crazy." Yeah.
Anyway, so Beverly Hills Cop 4, we know nothing about it other than it's supposed to
be on Netflix.
It's a Netflix movie, which I'm fine with. Fuck it, I don't care. I hope they do a limited theatrical release because I'll see it in theaters. No, I'm fine because that's a different type of movie.
I would see that in theaters.
I'm hoping they do a limited theatrical release so I can see it. I like the option. I like when Netflix does these big movies that they at least put it in theaters for a few weeks and then put it on their platform.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
This is crazy. What's happening? Coming to America 2.
Yep.
Beverly Hills Cop 4. Yep. Ghostbusters 3. The original cast.
I know.
It shows how much we think about creating new content today. Not a fucking lot.
I don't care.
I do care to a point.
You know what it is?
Because I think, look,
but good is good. Good stories are good
here's
stories.
the thing, though. I think I want some of those big stories that I grew up with to have an ending to it. And it doesn't need to keep continuing and keep going on and have a different version or have a remix or a reflux or a re-fucking boot or a re-fucking itty-ditty thing. I don't care for it. I want to sometimes see an ending.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a thing today where things just doesn't fucking end because we want to see how much profit we make off of it and we'll create a sequel.
I honestly don't think it's a money thing. I think that the people that were young who enjoyed these films as children are now adults and they're in the industry probably because in their minds they associate it with loving these particular pieces of
but that's
filmmaking.
Not everyone.
It's not everyone, but I think there's people there that are like big pushers in the industry. They've probably spent
like the
forever.
The guy who's going to direct Ghostbusters. I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why he's doing this Ghostbusters.
Also, it's like an homage.
Cool.
It's an homage to like his family and like his dad's legacy and people that he
that's
admires.
the reason what you talked about.
And it's like he also recognized like these guys are getting old. They're gonna be dead in 10 years or 15 years or something. Like we need to do this shit now while they're healthy and they can walk and they can talk. Like these people don't live forever. And it's it's nice to like, it's cool, I think, to bring it back.
Especially since Beverly Hills Cop 3 did not end on a good note. So it's like, bring it back, end it on a good note. It's like if they finished Lethal Weapon on the third one, I would have been bummed that we didn't get the fourth one.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good reason because it could really bomb on the fourth one.
Of course it can, but if it didn't do well, like Rocky, the reason why he brought Rocky back in Rocky Balboa in 2006 was because 1990, that Rocky 5 was the only one not well received, so he closed it on a one that was kind of a bummer and people weren't happy about. For
I liked
a great
Rocky
character.
Balboa a lot. I thought,
so that's why he came back and did that, and then he was done with it. And then Ryan Coogler came by with this idea for Creed, and he was like, "All right, guys, that's what we're doing." Those are two great fucking movies. So it's like, if you end it on something that you're not happy with, and Eddie Murphy was not happy with Beverly Hills Cop 3. Jerry Bruckheimer also was not a producer on that one, even though he produced the first two. And he's coming back to produce the fourth one.
Yeah.
And this guy does Bad Boys and Top Gun and all this stuff.
Bad Boys 3 is happening too.
And that looks great. Like that looks.
Did they release a trailer for that?
Yeah, have you watched the Red Band trailer, the rated R trailer?
I don't think I've watched any trailer for it.
We should watch the rated R trailer, and you'll watch it, and I have a feeling you'll be like, yeah, this fucking feels like.
It's a lot better. Like it's a lot better than the first trailer. The first trailer didn't really show a lot. Especially, I was very questionable about Martin Lawrence. But the second trailer really brought it together.
I mean, Martin Lawrence is older and he's bigger, and like, whereas Will Smith's still in good shape. But it's okay because Martin Lawrence's character was always the family man. He was always the one stressing out. So it kind of makes sense that he's kind of going the age where he's like, I'm old and I'm like not moving as much. And
it's like he's Murtaugh.
He's Murtaugh.
It's just the first movie. It felt. I mean, the first trailer. It felt like he was questionable in his acting to me, not his physique or anything. But the second trailer really brought it together.
Yeah, we'll watch it after
all
this.
of these movies are going to bring that.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like there's.
I mean, Eddie Murphy hasn't been in anything in forever. Well, he just did Dolomite.
Yeah, and he's 60. Oh, and you haven't watched Dolomite? Yeah, have you?
You said it was really good, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
all I need to know is that it was good.
No, you have to watch it. You're gonna come over to my place. We're gonna watch it.
I'll
get the popcorn.
We'll
get the popcorn.
We'll see.
It's really good.
I haven't even seen Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Trust me, I'll get the popcorn and the Spanish Fly. You'll do great. Just come on over, watch some Dolomite. You gotta watch Dolomite. You have to have Spanish Fly.
Consensually. Fly? Is this like a alcohol?
All right. Well, let's move forward. Anywho,
never mind.
It's what?
It's what they used. It's not good.
Ghostbusters. Let's watch Ghostbusters.
Cosby used to promote it.
Dude, I gotta go. I gotta get going.
Cosby.
Why?
I really gotta get going.
Jesus, Diego.
Yeah, no, I gotta go.
He's gotta go.
So when you gotta go, you gotta go.
That's true.
So
Jurassic Park.
Why would I say I gotta go and you pull in another motherfucking film into the conversation?
No, but that line.
It's in Jurassic Park. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
We talked about this in a couple podcasts.
See, he's still going.
About
He
tag
could have
words.
ended it.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it in this shit.
That's
in tag
that's
words
the Neil
that
Trap.
makes you guys like ramble. Yeah, that's your Neil Trap. Exactly. That makes you guys go off in tangents.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So Ghostbusters, you're excited about it?
Yeah, Ghostbusters, I'm really excited about. And Beverly Hills Cop 4, we don't have a lot of information.
Yeah.
But I'm excited that it's finally happening. And it will happen this time, whereas studios have, are more fickle. Netflix will just make it happen. There's no problem.
Oh, yeah. If it's Netflix, then it's like...
It's guaranteed practically.
Unless it's really garbage, then they'll be like, oh, we can't
Netflix throwing out some garbage stuff, so...
No, yeah, exactly. So they're not married to having quality. But it'll be good. They're going to let the creators create.
There's no
it's a
guarantee
mixed
on the
bag. I mean,
receiving end yet.
some of their stuff, I'm just like... They're so weird. Like, I'll watch some of their original content, and I'll get, 70% in, and I'm like, man, this is great. And then in the end, it just fucking falls apart.
Yeah.
You're like,
what
happened?
That's a comment that I don't like about Netflix. Is that
Why? Why is their endings like not?
They have
I don't know what
like
it is.
I Am Mother. I love that film, and then the ending was like, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
So I hope they don't do that with Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah.
I hope there's actually a good solid ending. I just want a lot of these
I think it'll be
stories
great.
to find that final destination. And just...
We need a new Final Destination. That's a good idea, Diego.
All right, great. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us here at Get to the Podcast. That's Get to the Podcast. Fucking A. Why am I stuck on Get to the Podcast?
I don't know. You keep
to the
saying
movies.
Yeah. Let's all do it together. Ready?
Yeah.
All right,
everybody.
Thank you guys for joining us here.
It's not working.
Thank you guys for joining us here at Get to the Movies. That's Get to the Movies with the number 2. My name is Diego D'Souza.
I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
Ghostbusters.
What?
You could do a mashup probably. They probably sound really good.
You could, yeah.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.